you guys, my name is Natalie and welcome back to my channel. Now I've been having so many requests in DM saying, can you please do like how I study as a pre-nursing student? What classes have you taken as a pre-nursing student? What classes do you need to take? What are some tips and tricks to passing your classes? So I'm first gonna go over the classes that I've taken, and I have them all in this folder in front of me. I just wanna talk about what I've taken over the years, and I'll break down like in it freshman, fall, freshman, spring. And I just want to say before this starts, every program is different, every school is different. You may not have to take classes that I'm taking. You may have to take different classes than me, but I'm just telling you what I had to take to be accepted and have all my prereqs done. If you're new to this and you are not sure what exactly a pre-nursing student is, pre-nursing is someone who is in college and they plan on doing nursing in the future. I'm sorry, the lighting's gonna change. A pre-nursing student is basically taking all the prereqs in order to get accepted into a nursing program. Harper, I can't film right now. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Can you say hi to the camera?
Hi, real quickly, me jumping in because I'm editing. I definitely did not list these classes that I took in the right semesters, so I'm going to put them up on the side of like what I took. I'll say the semester and then I'll put my classes up on the side, like so you actually have the real classes that I took in the exact semester, because I was looking at it now and I was like, wow, that is not what I did in order. So just putting that up there so you guys understand better.
Freshman year, the fall, I was actually at a university and I ended up transferring my spring semester freshman year. But the classes I took there, I was not prepared and did not think I was going to be a nursing student. But thankfully, I took English, so Comp 1, in college algebra, and as well as psychology. And those were 3 requisites I needed to take for the nursing program. So those are the only ones. I also took other classes, but those were the only 3 that transferred over to the school that I'm in now. So I was a little bit behind, so then for my freshman spring, I ended up taking human anatomy. With that, I took Comp 2, human development, and then a liberal arts class. So I was finally getting caught up on my classes, and then in between my freshman and sophomore year in the summer, I took physiology in physiology lab and nutrition, and then sophomore fall hit and I took sociology, microbiology lab, and then I took history because that was another liberal arts class that I had to take. And I believe I took also interpersonal communications. Yeah, so that was around probably 17-hour load of classes that I took. Then I ended up taking this semester, this is what I'm taking right now. Oh, I added an ethics somewhere because I was a liberal arts, but I don't remember what semester. I don't remember. But right now I'm taking chemistry, statistics, health assessment, which is my nursing class that we're supposed to take before we can get accepted, and global awareness, which is anthropology, and then I also am taking music appreciation for another liberal arts. So those are all of the classes that I've taken. I just want to say, you want to be able to spread out your science classes. You don't want to topple them on top of each other, because a lot of them you have to have classes before you can take something else. So like for microbiology, I couldn't take micro until I had taken anatomy and physiology. Those 2 had to be completed before I could even enroll in micro. The same thing with chemistry. I had to do college algebra I had to take before I could even take statistics or chemistry. So you can't really plan on taking, you have to make sure you know what classes are a prereq class for each one, you know? So all I can say is definitely do your research on your school and see what you have to have completed before you can take a class. Those are the classes. I'm mainly going to be talking about the science classes for pre-nursing because I feel like that's what a lot of people are wondering. Liberal arts classes are completely different, same with math, and honestly, I don't even think I could talk you through college algebra because that happened a year and a half ago. And also stats, don't ask me about stats, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, just like you guys. I have my little notebook here that I put, oh my god. I have my little notebook here that I keep my little YouTube ideas, and I wrote down ways that I study as a pre-nursing student that I want to talk about. The very first thing before I can even start studying is I need to study in a clean environment, and this involves not being in my bed. I've said this before, but my bed is my time where my brain thinks it's time to lay down, relax, and go to sleep. I cannot study there because I will get so distracted. I'll just want to like curl up in my comforters and just honestly take a nap. Next tip is that if you have your phone around you, put that on do not disturb, okay? Do not disturb. That way it blocks out your notifications and everything and you won't be alerted. You really need to take the time to study because these classes are important. These are the grades that you need to work hard on in order to get yourself into a good nursing program. So I always limit my distractions, which means my area, my phone, and the next thing is music. I know a lot of people love to listen to music when they're studying, and sometimes I do, but they cannot have lyrics for me. If I'm listening to like country songs or pop songs or whatever's on the radio right now and I know it really well and I just love that song and I want to sing to it, my brain is thinking about singing and really just diving deep into the music and like jamming out instead of having my brain focus on what's in front of me and focus what's going on my paper. So if I have to listen to music or I'm really feeling it, I'll always go to like put on classical, or I think it's lo-fi study beats, lo-fi, I don't know. Just look up lo-fi study beats and they have really good music that has no lyrics to it, and that's what I really recommend because if I just try to listen to my playlist, I get really distracted and I'm not really thinking about what I'm putting down on paper. Next thing, before I even start studying, I need to make sure that my homework is done for the day. That's just personally me. If you're fine with being able to like do some homework after or before, that's totally okay. But I usually will do, if I know there's a test coming up, I will be studying periodically throughout the week, but I'll have one big day where I just study the whole day, and I want to make sure I don't have any homework that is due that night, so I'll finish it all up the days before. Now going into physically me studying, I love to print out lecture notes. My professors do them for me. Slideshow notes. They love to print out their slideshows and give it to us, which I think is a really great way to study. That way you can write on the slideshow, highlight important information that's said, and just add to it. Same thing with the lecture notes. Sometimes it's really nice to take those, print them out, and really go into detail, like how you understand it, like in your own words, if you know what I mean. So I would definitely print out their notes. If you're someone who likes to handwrite things over and over and over again, do that. If you know that that helps you study, absolutely. For me, I don't do that anymore. I used to think that was how I studied, but I learned that I'm really big on repeating things out loud, like just like listening to information, seeing the information happen. I'm not big on like writing it, but sometimes it does work. But if you are into that and you know that works for you, do it. Do anything that makes you feel like you're gonna get an A in that class. Another tip I have is that if you're on Zoom class and this is an important class, pay attention to what the professor is saying, because she may give you hints of like, oh, this is gonna be on the test. Oh, you really should know this. Write this down. Hint, hint, this is important to know. Pay attention to what she's saying because she may have a test question right in front of you. Oh my gosh, what's that? So the next thing I have to say is highlight what you know will be on the test, and goes with another thing. I have 2 different highlight colors, or as many as you need. I put one color for definitions and like yellow for definitions, and pink for what I know is absolutely going to be a test question and that I need to study. So those really, really important questions that you know are going to be it, highlight it pink. That way when you're flipping through your notes, you know that's going to be on the test and you should really, really pay attention. I like to read my chapters after I've already gone through the book. Sometimes people are like, well, maybe you should read the book first. That way, you know, like you have an idea of it, you know. But for me, if I just read the book first, I'm kind of just like, I don't really understand what's going on. It's just going through one in an ear and out the other. So like after lecture or after like Zoom or whatever, then I will go on and read the chapters, and that way I already have that information of what's happening and the info for my notes to help me even dissect the chapters even more. If that makes sense. I hope that does. But I like to read the chapters after I've gone through lecture. If you feel like you should do it before, then do it before. I'm just telling you, this is what I like to do. If you have a study guide, if one of your teachers offer you a study guide, use it. Use it, use it, use it, use it. Because for right now, since the circumstance is like so weird, our health assessment teacher has been giving us study guides, and we take the test, and most of the information that's on the study guide is on the test, and maybe worded differently. Sometimes it's a little bit more information, so just having the understanding of the knowledge around it. So she may ask what is rheumatoid arthritis. So it's an autoimmune disease. Well, maybe she also on the test might want to know what are the risks of it, what are the causes, what are signs and symptoms. So even though they give you like a prompt question or like info you need to know, have some more broader knowledge than other just that question. If that makes any sense to you, just dive in a little deeper to that question just so you have some more information. The next thing I love to do is draw on my notes, and I don't mean like little flower doodles or something, but if we have a diagram, if we have a module or a model of something, I like to copy it into my notes on a blank space or even the back of my notes, label it and study it like crazy. Especially this helped so much for microbiology, because when we were having to learn like different cells, bugs and whatnot, like, you know, like viruses and what they look like, the process of the cell or something, and just crazy, right? I would write those down because sometimes on the test we would have to like draw something, or it just helps me understand the information better. So definitely write down things. If there's a picture and you feel like if you're really not getting it, maybe try to draw it physically. Like for an example, when I was studying anatomy and like the blood flow of the heart, I drew a heart and literally drew arrows that went through the heart and everything and labeled the different valves and the ventricles and everything. So I definitely recommend that. The last thing that literally got me through microbiology, what got me through anatomy and physiology, what got me through most of my science classes is flashcards. Flashcards are so helpful if you do them right. So of course you want to put your term or whatever in the answer on the back. But the way to study flashcards is as you look at, obviously, this is dumb, but obviously you read the question, say it out loud, saying the answer out loud, and checking the back. Now, if you were 100% spot on, that goes into the 100% I got it pile. If you're kind of like, I'm a little bit of unsure about that, I'm not positive, it goes in the middle pile, kind of unsure. If you have absolutely no clue what that meant, no clue pile. You really want to make sure you are honest with yourself about those piles, and I swear this tip has seriously helped me so much. I'm sure some of you may do this, but a lot of people just kind of like go through the flashcards. So once you have those piles, you've gone through the whole deck, you want to start with, you don't want to touch the ones you 100% know, because if you 100% know them already, don't waste your time spending more time on them, right? So you go to the middle pile, the kind of know. Again, you have your questions, read the question and the answer. If you have that time 100%, put it in the 100%. If you have no idea, like you just kind of don't know, again, put it in the kind of know pile. And let's say you completely forgot one that you kind of knew, it goes in the I don't know. So once you've gone through that deck, again, you pick up the kind of don't know. You want to get through one section all the way through until they're all in the absolutely no, and then you can go on to the I have no clue about what this word is. That way you have those out of the way. And then once you've gotten through the I have no idea clue and put those in those categories, then you will go through the whole deck again and do the process over. I hope that makes sense, but I don't know how to show you because I don't have any flashcards right now. I also forgot to mention, so I just want to put this in here before I forget. If you have a textbook, like for me, I bought my health assessments book because I thought it'd be really helpful if I could write in my book and highlight. So that's what I have been doing. Also, after I have lecture in my notes, I will go through, read my book, and then highlight the stuff that was talked about in lecture and other things I may need to know. Just wanted to add that in there, and just in case, you know, some of you may find that important, that was one of my really big tips that helped me be successful in my class too. So anyway, back to the video. So those are my little study tips. If we weren't in this situation right now, I wouldn't be studying at my house. I love to go to this local coffee shop and study and get homework done, but what can you do during this time? You know what I mean? I really hope these helped. I hope they gave some relief or some knowledge. I don't know. If you're still like, I have no clue, there's a ton of great videos out there that can help you on how to study. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video if you want to see more pre-nursing or nursing videos. Comment down below if you have a question or just want to chat. And don't forget to follow my Instagram because it's always linked in the bio. Alright you guys, and I will see you in the next one.